So let's talk about microinsurance in Kenya. It was pitched as this huge game changer for farmers, right? A real safety net for the people who are, the backbone of the economy. But that revolution just never happened. So what on earth went wrong? And more importantly, how do we actually fix it? That's what we're going to get into today.
And this quote right here from Kevin Mutiso, just wow, it hits the nail on the head. Their focus is on selling insurance, not on making it better. It tells you everything. The issue isn't really the product itself. It's the whole mindset behind it. The industry's out there playing a numbers game, a sales game, when they should be focused on service.
Which brings us to the big question, right? Why is this whole thing failing? I mean, the need is obviously there. The products technically exist. So what gives? Where is the breakdown happening? Let's dig in and find out.
Okay, so it really starts with something that's kind of wild when you think about it. Whenever there are these huge, important conversations happening about the future of finance in Kenya, one key group is just missing. They're not in the room. We're talking about the insurance industry. And just look at the topics they're absent from. Financial inclusion, empowering women, all the really exciting innovation in finance, and designing products that actually center on the customer. These aren't just trendy buzzwords, This is the stuff that drives real progress. And by not even being part of that conversation, the industry is basically shouting from the rooftops that they're disconnected from the people they're meant to be helping.
Yeah, this isn't just some oversight or an accident. It's a huge red flag. It's a symptom of a much, much deeper problem, a complete breakdown of trust. And, that kind of problem, it always starts from the top down.
And this right here, this is the heart of the problem. You can see it plain as day. On one side, you have the industry totally focused on selling policies and hitting sales targets. On the other side, you've got farmers who just need something they can trust, a customer experience that isn't a nightmare, and a tool that solves a real problem. It's like they're speaking two completely different languages.
And what's the root cause of that? Well, it's this top-down approach. These policies are being dreamed up in boardrooms, probably far away from any actual farm. They're not talking to the people on the ground. They're ignoring the day-to-day realities. It's like they're designing for a spreadsheet, not for a human being trying to make a living.
So the results of all this, it's exactly what you'd expect, isn't it? Widespread mistrust. And honestly, it's totally justified. I mean, if a product consistently fails you and the company behind it doesn't seem to care or listen, why on earth would you trust them?
But here's the thing. Inside this massive failure, there's an equally massive opportunity just waiting. The missing piece of the puzzle this whole time has been the farmer. And by ignoring them, the industry isn't just letting down its customers, it's missing out on a golden opportunity, a huge untapped market.
I mean, just think about the sheer scale we're talking about. This is the agricultural and livestock sector we're talking about. It's literally the backbone of Kenya's economy. And it's one of the most underinsured and underfinanced parts of it all. That makes it super vulnerable, sure, but it also means it's absolutely ripe for some real game-changing innovation.
And if you want to serve these farmers, you have to get their world. You have to understand their reality. Their income isn't a nice, steady paycheck every month. It's seasonal. The climate, totally unpredictable. One bad drought, a sudden disease outbreak, a market shock, any of those things can completely wipe out a year's hard work. So any financial tool that doesn't get that, it's basically useless. And we need to be really, really clear on this point. This isn't about charity. Farmers don't need handouts. They're business owners. They're entrepreneurs who are managing incredibly complex risks every single day. What they need are what any business person needs: practical, smart financial tools that help them manage those risks and grow.
Okay, so this brings us to a really important shift in how we think about all this. For decades, the whole financial world has looked at farming and just seen one thing: risk. Well, it's time to flip that whole idea on its head. You've heard the old line, right? Financial institutions have always said it. Banks, insurance companies, all of them. They just label agriculture as too risky. It's been their go-to excuse for doing nothing for years.
But here's the counter-argument. What if the real risk isn't farming? What if the real risk is just staying comfortable? It's the financial institutions themselves that are at risk by sitting on the sidelines, using old models, and completely missing out on what could be the single biggest growth opportunity in the country. So what's the solution? What's the path forward? Well, it boils down to three things. First, you've got to be bold. You have to be willing to get out of that comfort zone.
Second, you have to be collaborative. That means piloting new ideas with partners who are already on the ground and actually get it. And third, and this is the most important one, you have to be customer obsessed, totally obsessed. Every single product has to be built with the farmer for the farmer.
All right, so this all brings us to a final challenge. You can think of it as a call to action, really an invitation to start thinking and working in a whole new way.
Because, we're way past the point of asking, can we do this? The technology exists, the data is available, and the demand is absolutely massive. The only real question left is about willpower. It's no longer can we, it's will we.
So, will Kenya's financial institutions finally step up to the plate? Will they actually become customer-centric? Will they finally ditch that old sales-first mentality and put the farmer at the very center of their universe, where they belong? And another thing, will they join forces with innovators? Will they admit they can't do it all themselves and partner with the people on the ground who are already rebuilding trust and showing what's possible? And maybe this is the biggest question of all. Will they help create financial products that truly reflect the dignity, the intelligence, and the massive potential of the Kenyan farmer? Products that see them as partners, not just risks. Look, the opportunity is real. It's sitting right there on the table. The time to do something about it is right now. The only question left is, who's going to be brave enough to actually take it?